It's time now for our Legends of Sports update here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk on ESPN Radio 94.1. Matt Hatfield here with you, and at this time we're joined by a couple of special guests. Bringing us another one of the legends is our own legend from Norview High School, Sports Inside and Out. Go check out the podcast, sportsinsideandout.com. We say hello to our pal, Coach Charles Hatcher. And Coach Hatcher, you're bringing us today a former Super Bowl champion.
Oh, man, he is truly a legend. He's one of the first Washington football team. I'm going to get off that now. I'm off of it. He's the first Washington player that really ever went into the communication business and knew what the world he was about. Been knowing this guy. I told him we ain't going to talk chronologically. We just going to say, we've been knowing each other a long time. And can't play a lick of basketball. I'm going to tell you that now. I can tell you that.
No, my point guard skills have diminished, no doubt.
God bless you.
I was a big guard before Magic, you know what I mean? But no, and then hoops beat me up. I had my first surgery playing basketball, not football. In junior year in high school. Yeah, I got hurt playing hoops, and we had a really good squad and loved hoops. But hoops don't love you back if you get too big too soon, and you dictate your position by your height. Mm-hmm. And, really 6'4" is you small. Yeah. Really, today's game, but back in the day, you're playing small where if you had somebody bigger in your class, if you didn't, you was a center.
Yeah. It was a multi-purpose when I was playing. But Matt, go ahead on this.
Yeah, let's say hello to Rick Doc Walker. He's been doing the sideline for many years, and of course part of the Washington Redskins from 80 to 85, where he won a Super Bowl in Super Bowl 17. They beat the Dolphins 27-17 in January of 1983. Part of the Team 980, 95.9 FM, and Doc Walker's ProView Fox 5 pregame host. And Doc, thank you so much for joining us. Life is good there in the nation's capital and with the football team, 3 in a row, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. It reminds me of the old days when we expected to win every week and were not shocked by it, but expected it. It's a really good atmosphere here now. These kids have worked their tails off. I like them. I liked them when they weren't winning. I wasn't happy that they weren't winning, but I knew we had the right guys. We just had to play smarter. And we had to get in a relationship with our coaches so that we could actually reap the benefits of being coached. Hatch knows, it don't matter how well you coach people if they don't retain what you're trying to teach them. You only get credit for it when it works. Yep.
Great point. And a first win over Pittsburgh since 1991. I was curious to find this out. How many guys were born back then on the football team? I believe just 10 members. But how big of a win is that? And to kind of springboard off that, Doc, I mean, what has Ron Rivera brought to this squad, and can he bring them that long-term stability that they've been searching for?
I'm a unicorn. I don't roll with the masses. I walk a path that has not been approached. I don't believe in nothing beyond a week for a team that's trying to become good. If you're talking about the Chiefs, I can forecast. I can't forecast a team that's inconsistent, that is trying to find itself, doesn't have a go-to play. They're just developing go-to players, so they're young in that. So I think it's a waste of my energy to forecast inconsistency because I don't do it because I can't. Nobody knows because they haven't been good long enough for us to know anything about them. So this is their first quality win ever. Okay, ever. This is the best win they've had in a decade easily in a regular season game. But you know, and I know, playoffs are the only thing that matter. They got to get in it. So I never get ahead of myself. 1 week at a time with a team that's developing. And they're developing, and I like what I've seen, but they have to show me if they can handle success this week. And then we'll see.
This is something we brought up last week to Leroy Keys, and we're talking with Rick Doc Walker, former Super Bowl champion with the Washington Redskins, here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on ESPN Radio 94.1, along with our pal, Coach Charles Hatcher, the living legend from Norview High School, here on our Legends of Sports update. And get directly back to the football team here, but the thing that strikes me is, with this COVID age that we're all living through here with athletics and sports here, professional, college, prep, you name it, there's a lot of unpredictability with this in sports. I mean, I believe I saw the record is now 96, 95, and 1 this year for road teams in the NFL going into this week. I mean, pretty much from week to week, we know about the Mahomeses at Kansas City. We know about some of the main contenders, the Packers of the world, the Saints, the Steelers, and so forth. But there's a lot of, from week to week, you never know who's going to show up.
But that's the beauty of it. But everybody's dealing with the same thing. So it'd be different if we were the only ones dealing with it. Everybody's dealing with it. And I think Washington's done a hell of a job. They've had one incident, and that was by a player that's on IR, Matt Ioannidis. So give them an A+ for being disciplined. I certainly wouldn't want to be tested every day and hounded every day, but they are. And they're also getting paid. Now, if you paid me what they're making, it's all about discipline. We played our first game where we played smart football. We didn't help somebody beat us. That's why I'm so proud of it. And we played without two of our best players being healthy. Because when we lost our back and Terry McLaurin, he played hurt. He sacrificed his game, but he influenced Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Another thing, Doc, I want to hit on with you, too, is that I think this Washington football team, well, there's still a long ways to go for them. They've got a bit of an identity now with this pass rush with Chase Young, who was the number 2 overall pick, probably DeMatha High School up there in Maryland, Ryan Kerrigan, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat. I mean, is that something, whether this team ends up making the playoffs or not, and who knows how the season's going to finish out, that they can build on for the years to come?
Yeah, I mean, all that sounds good. But again, I only go week to week. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know who's going to play. I don't know. All I know is that Sweat and Chase and those Bulls inside keep pressuring. They finally got some help from their secondary. If the front four is only part of the battle, if they rush and we have soft coverage, you just wasted a rush. This week, we played tight coverage. We played even a tighter zone. They were more aggressive. That was their best game. Now, if they keep that up, I'm with you. But if not, then I can't be because it's not good enough to win. I'm not going to turn a 4-win team into, Kansas City. They're not. But I like where they're going right now. I'm encouraged, but I need more of a sample size.
Well, in a year ago, this is a football team that was ranked 27th against the pass. They're currently number 3. We know about that pass rush. And then we see the offensive side of the ball, Doc. And Alex Smith, I mean, just an amazing story in the comeback player of the year conversation. Are you almost as much surprised, if not more, what the offense is doing at this stage of the year than the defense?
No, not really. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that we ran the ball a little bit better. Alex is a proven commodity. He's no longer hurt. He was the first player taken in the draft. There's nothing he does that surprises me. What surprises me is when they give him protection and he's able to get to secondary receivers. And what surprises me is the development of our tight ends and these backs, these 3 receivers that play running back, losing your best guy, Gibson, and still winning the game. That's impressive. Having your left tackle come back, Cornelius Lucas, who's been out 2 weeks, putting Mo from left back to right, that impressed me. What impressed me is that you played the Steelers, who are number 1 in almost every category, and you didn't give a crap about them. You went in and punched them in the face and kept punching them in the face, and you never surrendered. That was impressive. Now, were the Steelers pumped up? No. The Cowboys almost beat them as well. Pittsburgh, it's hard to be undefeated. That's why nobody's done it but the 72 Dolphins. It requires way too much concentration. And in a COVID environment we're in, I didn't think it was possible. They were just waiting for somebody to pop them, and we did it. And it's not a gift. They took it. Washington's good enough to do that.
Absolutely, and as an old-school tight end, I had to imagine it brought a lot of joy to your eyes and heart there to see Logan Thomas, pride of Brookville High School, former Virginia Tech Hokie quarterback, do it up big against the Steelers with 9 catches, nearly 100 yards, scoring, and he's been doing it all year, stepping up big for them.
I'm so proud of him. He is such a thrill for me to watch because now he's punching people in the face. He's blocking second level. He can be as good as he wants to be. He's that talented. It's on him. And he'll put in the work and he stays healthy. Oh, my goodness. What a testament what is possible when you don't listen to people. Get the noise out. Just follow your staff and just grind. Logan has pulled on time. Now he needs a winning team to get that out. If they don't win, then he won't get anything. If they win, he's going to be decorated.
A few more minutes with Rick Doc Walker, the former NFL tight end with the Cincinnati Bengals and Washington Redskins, who he helped win the Super Bowl 17 over the Dolphins back in January of 1983. Our guest here on the 757 Saturday Sports Talk program, the Legends of Sports Update, brought to us by our friend Coach Charles Hatcher, the living legend from Norview High School. Check out the podcast page, sportsinsideandout.com. It's ESPN Radio 94.1. How do you size up this matchup with the 49ers, Doc, who are coming in at 5-7 overall? And they've had a lot of injuries throughout the year, coming off a tough loss to the Bills this past week.
Yeah, it just depends on which one of our teams show up. It's schizophrenic. You don't know. I mean, they've had one really good game all year. And so I'm not a cheerleader. I'm an analyst. So what I'm looking at is they got to show me. I need to be convinced even more because they're trying to develop a personality. They don't have one yet, but they are definitely headed in the right direction.
And as you kind of forecast and analyze these teams in the NFC East here, there's so much that, both of these teams kind of at the top here with both Washington and the Giants. I mean, these are two of the biggest road victories all year long, regardless of where teams stand. But to go into Seattle and win, to go into Pittsburgh and win, do you worry at this late stage of the season, Doc, about the psyche and the mentality part? Or is it just, these guys are trained football players, they know what to do, X's and O's, go out there and play on Sunday?
Now, this is no joke. The Giants, everybody was making fun of the NFC East. The NFC East will get the last laugh and they're proving it. And it's sad that we gave the Giants those victories, but we weren't ready. Had we been ready, we'd be in first place. But all that matters is that you got to go through Washington to win it, and that's all that really matters.
Well, it's been, to go from really an off-season that was, to put it kindly, a really rocky, rough off-season for them to now be at this point where the playoffs are in potential view for them after the 2-7 start. I mean, you got to feel like, all right, if they haven't turned the corner, they're heading in the right direction as a football franchise now.
Absolutely. We're where you'd like to be, but it don't mean squat if we don't beat the Niners. We got to win out. And we're capable of doing it. We've got the people to do it. Now we got to find out if we got enough courage to do it. Because it's there for us. We don't have to apologize to anybody. The way Alex is playing right now, all we got to do is protect him, get Terry back 100%, and we can never get our guys to catch the football. I mean, we could be dangerous. It's scary how good this team could be. Now we'll find out if they'll pull it off. There's no guarantees in none of this.
That's Rick Doc Walker giving us the insight about the burgundy and gold, and that's spoken from a true winner there, Coach Hatcher.
No question about it. Speaking as a coach, he's obviously on point. Everything starts at the head. I mean, the program that he's brought in is a program that he has the talent and charisma to be able to transmit that program and have everybody on the same page. That's coaching. Coaching is merely getting these people together to initiate a philosophy and a program that you have dreamed of doing. If they don't buy into it, it's only because of the coach. As you can see, it only took a year to make a difference. Now you got a guy that's got a proven situation of how to make a young man go, and that's not an easy thing because you talk about all these egos. And God knows that anybody else, if it goes well, the program is established and everything is fine. That's the Gibbs theory to me. But everything starts right there at top. And God bless Russell. I think he's doing a great job. And the time I met him in Charlotte, he was something else to behold on and off the field, Doc. So he got a lot to be proud of. He got a great, great coach and coaching staff there in the Washington metropolitan area.
Yeah, they recovered. He's lucky. I mean, he beat cancer.
Oh my God! Yeah,
in the middle of all of this.
Yeah.
And but we'll see what happens. And again, all I know is that if you are who you say you are, then you show up in December. And so far, they've shown up in December.
They call it bringing the lunch, Doc. Bringing the lunch.
Yeah.
Well, the Washington football team goes for their fourth consecutive win on Sunday when they play the San Francisco 49ers, 4:25 Eastern Time, and bringing us some insight and analysis on the Washington football team, the former Super Bowl champion himself, Rick Doc Walker. Again, check out the website, docwalker.com, and give him a follow on Twitter at Rick Doc Walker. It was a real treat and a pleasure talking with you, Doc. Thank you so much. Best wishes to you, and hail to the football team.
Hail Out to the football team, guys. You guys be blessed. Happy holidays.
Okay, God. You just take care, man, and please tell your lovely wife. I remember when y'all first got married, boy, you was scared to death. You was scared to death. Well, I say you smoking too many cigars. Let's get out of here. God bless, man. You take care of yourself, Doc.
Thank you, gentlemen, and happy holidays. Rick Doc Walker, the former Super Bowl champ, and our pal, Coach Charles Hatcher from Norview High School fame, sportsinsideandout.com. The Legends of Sports update right here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk on ESPN Radio 94.1.